I had my period for 2 years. Imagine this. My sister, 2 years older than me. She got her period. She, on the other hand, she wanted to tell my mama immediately. When my mama came in the room and she told her, she literally said verbatim, "Do not tell daddy. I don't feel comfortable. Do not tell daddy." My mama said, "I won't tell him." Walks back into her room. 30 minutes later, this bitch makes a beeline down the hallway to the living room. And I hear her verbatim, "Robert, Raven got her period." So me, being a mute child, I don't talk like that. I never had much to say. It was always to myself. I knew that professional yapper was never going to get her fucking gnarled fingers and her yapping ass lips on my tea when I got my period. I just knew I wasn't going to have her telling my motherfucking business to my daddy. Time passes. I'm in the 4th grade. I'm in this group called WOW, which is considered women of wonder, I think. And they will only select like 10 girls out of the whole like 4th and 5th grade to be in the program, and you would get to do all these activities and go on trips and stuff like that. Let me know if y'all had that at y'all school, but in Athens that we had at gang school. I was in WOW, and I remember every week we would have workshops where they would talk about different stuff about coming into womanhood. And lo and behold, this one week we got this one big book about like menstrual cycles and becoming a woman and just being okay with your body and developing and adolescence and stuff like that, and puberty. And I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, oh girl, I'm flat-chested little girly. Like I hope I'm a late bloomer, because my sister, the way she be acting like she just hurting and this, that, and the third when it comes down to the period. Why literally we get these books now? We leaving up out of there, our parents on the way to pick us up. I go to the bathroom because I'm like, before I get in the car with my mama, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Go in the bathroom, I'm bleeding. Immediately, I knew I wasn't telling my mama out there in the parking lot. So, what did I do? I used tissue. I'm like, okay, utilize this tissue. I used that for then, but I'm like, okay, go ahead and put this jacket around your waist. That was the whammy back then, Greg. If all else goes wrong, just throw that jacket around your waist, baby. It's gonna save it all. I'm like, I'll deal with this when I get to the house. Jump in the car. I'm not saying much. That's normal though, because like I said, I was a mute. My mama like, la 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 la. She got the music blasting. Anything happen at the meeting? No. What y'all talking about? Menstrual cycles. Yours come out and get? Well, yours ain't came on yet. Ain't yours supposed to come around this time? Raven was early. I think you're gonna be early too. I'm steady like, she looking through the review mirror in the car. I'm like, no. We get home immediately. Girl, I'm asking my sister, can I use her laptop so I can search something up? She, get out my room. I go in my room, try to close the door. The first thing they yell, "Don't you close our doors right here. You close our doors right here." So I'm like, oh, honey, I'll just wait till they snoring or they got their door closed tonight, and then I'm going to close mine because I got some research that I need to do. I need to steal a couple of pads from the bathroom. That night came along, I used to tell myself, steal 2 to 3 pads here and there, put them in your backpack. Remember the backpacks we used to have like, I used to get the JanSport kind that had like 5 different zippers, and they had like secret zip compartments within the backpack, and my mama didn't know about. I used to put them inside of there, and I would legit be like, okay, at home you cannot get blood on your underwear. No matter what you can do, you cannot get blood on your underwear, because my mama was the one who was washing clothes. But your girl started washing her own clothes in the 4th grade because the bitch wasn't finna catch me. I'm playing it off like, oh mama, when you put that in there, what you be pressing and stuff like that? She like, oh my god, Munch, you wanna learn how to do laundry and stuff like that? I'm like, girl, please. I'm learning though, which I'm glad I did, because some of y'all came to college and still didn't know how to do your own laundry. Pathetic. Girl, she's showing me how to do it. This, that, and the third. I'm like, okay, now I'm washing my own clothes. I am trying to I'm praying to God that my stuff sync up with theirs, because I'm like, if they notice Pat's going missing when they don't have their period on, it's gonna be up. My mama is very observant, like super observant. So I was like, her and my sister's stuff was synced up. So I used to be like, even if my period wasn't on then, I used to steal pads while their period was on. So they would feel like, my mama would be like, oh no, Raven got them pads. Oh, mama got them pads, whatever. But I don't know how they didn't notice that. As I'm stealing pads, I'm starting to think about the underwear as well. So every time we would go to Walmart and go grocery shopping, I would be like, oh mama, I like these underwear and stuff. And she would be like, okay, man, put them in the buggy or whatever, because I didn't really ask for much. So that's what I would do. I would basically double the underwear. So if I got blood on one, she would not be like, "Mom, your underwear disappearing. What's going on?" No, for every scenario, I had something for it. If my period came on a day that I didn't know it was gonna come on, and my stuff got blood on it, I remember, I will never forget. I always kept a spare pair of pants in my fucking backpack when my period came on, because it happened one time and I never let it happen again. My period came on when I had on like a light pair of jeans or something, and I went to the bathroom because I was a car rider. My mom used to pick me up, but the hoe used to be late. And I remember my sister had went on to middle school at this point, so I'm by myself. I went in the bathroom and went to go pee before I walked to the car rider section, and it was fucking blood. And so I was like, oh my God, I don't have no jacket. It was the summertime. I don't got no jacket. I don't got no other pair of pants and stuff. So I literally was shuffling with my legs super duper close together and got in the car and tried to just make it seem like I just had a really, really rough day and I didn't want to talk and stuff. And I stood up in the car rider section, and the teacher's like, she's standing up for. Girl, it was so many extremes. So when that situation happened, I knew always keep a spare pair of underwear, extra pants, a jacket, something, a new t-shirt, something in that backpack, because it happened plenty of times. Because when you're young, you don't know you're not clocking it on the calendar. It's just like whenever it comes on, it comes on. I did that for a whole year throughout elementary school. Went on to 5th grade, did it throughout there. My mama's still like, dang, your period ain't came on, man. No, nothing. Y'all, it's at this point, I'm fucking proud. Get to middle school. Child. Get to middle school, you already know. It's completely different. You got periods and classes and stuff. You gotta ask, like, it's not bathroom breaks like it would usually be. Like, you gotta ask to go to the bathroom. It's just a whole lot. It was just extremely different. And at this point, like I told you, I was getting real professional at like putting extra underwear and pants in my backpack in this section, having a pack, stealing the pants, doing this, that, and the third. Nobody ever suspected anything until one day. I decided I wanted to switch out my freaking backpacks, because my mom she would like, sometimes I would be like, oh, mama, I like this color in the store. She'd be like, okay, well, get that one, switch out your backpack after the Christmas break. That's what it was. I switched out my backpack after Christmas break, but I did not take all the stuff out of the old backpack that I had that first like little semester of 6th grade. It ain't even called a damn semester, but whatever it was, school term of that year. I go to school that day, and all I know is my mama like text me on my phone, because I had a Palm Central, baby. Who had a Palm Central? She texted me like, I'm gonna be on time picking y'all up today, because my mom used to always pick us up like hella late. I mean, that was just a known fact. She used to pick us up like an hour late from school. Like, the bitch used to be late because she was on her cancer medicine. She was like, oh, I'm gonna be on time out there today. I guess she texted that to me and my sister. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. We get in the car. She not saying much, I'm like, okay, the bitch quiet today. We get home. And when I get home, the old backpack is on my bed, but the things inside of the backpack were on the fucking bed. The books, the notebooks, the pads, the extra underwear, the extra pants, the extra shirts, the extra jackets. It was all on the bed. And when I tell you, I felt like my heart dropped. And the bitch was like, so how long have you had your period? And she was like, did you just get your period this year? And I'm looking at her like, what's that gift? Was she in the courtroom? Like, I'm like, how do you tell your parent that you did not feel safe with telling them something, because they be running their mouth, like, all up and down the hallway, all up and down the street, all up and down the neighborhood? Like, how do you tell your parent you're not comfortable with telling them something? Like, I think that she expected me to say I've had my period for like a month or 2 months or a few months. When I said like 2+ years, she was just like, what? I think I cannot confirm if it hurt her feelings, but I think from moving forward with the way and she asked me like, why did you not tell me? And I was like, because you literally we'll tell you something in confidence and you will run and tell my daddy. And I think I cannot confirm if her feelings was hurt or not, but I think from that day moving forward, because it really didn't happen too much after that, whenever something would happen and we would say, do not tell daddy, she did not go over there and tell daddy. If she did, it would always be like, he would know something, but we wouldn't know for sure if she told him or not, and he would just keep it to himself. But she would never do it out loud in front of us ever again. So I just want to know, like, I feel like a lot of black girls specifically go through this experience when just not feeling comfortable with telling their mamas about their periods. And I always thought it was just me until I saw somebody else on this app, like back in like 2021, say that they hid their period from their mama for years. And I felt so validated in my experience, because it's not going to be running your your mouth up and down the hallway to tell my daddy that I'm bleeding out the cold.